What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. I want to have a conversation with you guys based off of something that I experienced on the Millionaire Morning Show today. And there was a gentleman that asked a question, and the question was, Anton, should I continue down this path? And he was going into dentistry specifically. He said, should I continue down this path because time and money is the things that I'm most concerned about. 23-year-old young guy, time and money is the thing that he was most concerned about. Let's talk about that for a second, right? Because amidst all of this conversation about getting to the bag and the money and student loans forgiveness, whether you need college and so on and so forth, I'm going to give you my take on what he should do and why I'm telling you, so that you should also take the same approach when you're looking at things and trying to figure out whether or not you're going to go down path A or go down path B. Now, path A for him is the dentistry path, right? He's going to have a guaranteed income. He's going to be super successful. Remember, this is a 23-year-old, right? He's going to be super successful. But he's going to probably incur a lot of debt along with it, and it's going to take him some time to do it. Now, the other path is he can just go and get a regular job, or he can just go and just be basic or be regular and get a regular basket weaving degree, something like that, or something regular. You know, when people usually drop out of school from something that actually is going to change their life, they usually go into something like business administration or hospital administration or some crap like that, social worker, who knows, right? But since he's 23, there's a strong possibility, because I have limited information, but there's a strong possibility that he's been going down this path already. So, student loan debt, let's tackle the first thing. It's not a big deal. When you are going into something that you actually are going to generate a large amount of revenue for, there are plenty of doctors, and I have a surgeon friend who incurred student loans, and he incurred like $400,000 in debt, and he paid it off within the first year. But look at the career that he went into. And so student loans aren't bad, but they should only be administered for certain careers in which certain people are actually going to finish. You got to finish, and you got to go into the right career. The advice that I gave the young man is finish, do it, go into it. Don't make any excuses as to why you can't do it. Make sure that you go down this path. Don't let anybody distract you from it. And this is the other part of the conversation that a lot of people don't want to have. So many people went into college and so many people went into school because they wanted to have a good time, and they wanted to party, and they wanted to be with their friends, and they went into this certain college because it's a historical black college. Listen, you have to make the decision that is going to be best for you. And more importantly, being successful is two things. It's a mindset and it's an endurance race. Hear me out. We all got the knowledge. We all got information. We all have access to the information highway. You can hire a mentor. You can tap into the Patreon. Patreon link is in the description, as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Make sure y'all check out that Charleston White interview. It's very, very insightful, as well as the mastermind sessions. We're doing a live meetup next month in the Midwest. It's going to be awesome. You can join the Patreon. You can get mentorship. You can do a lot of different things that's going to give you the information that you need, but very few people actually apply it. One of the reasons why I'm not even tripping when people steal my ideas and things is because I'm a creator. I'm going to continue to create new ideas. And they're not going to be successful with it anyway, because they can't endure long enough to actually get the results that they want. And so as a result, most people, the overwhelming majority of the people, when I say overwhelming majority, I'm talking about 98% of people don't have the endurance to be able to last long enough to actually get to the results. And that's one of the biggest things that he was really asking me. He was looking for a shortcut, and I wouldn't give him out. I wouldn't give him an out. I'm not going to tell you to do the thing that you're going to regret a long time from now, right? 20 years down the road, 30 years down the road, you're going to be asking yourself a question. And part of that question is going to be, man, should I have finished school? Man, I've already started going down that path. I only had this many years left. Man, I had already started spending money on my student loans and so on and so forth, and I started chasing these hoes. You 23. A, have the endurance to get all the way to the end, and then B, stay away from people that is not adding value into your life. You need to be hanging out with the nerds, fam. You need to be hanging out with the people that live in the library. You need to hang out with the people that's actually dedicated to their craft, because that's the people that's going to be in your network long term going forward. But again, we don't want to make the short term sacrifices so that we can live life how we want to live it long term. And that is a tragedy. Matter of fact, it's a travesty. It's the absolute worst thing for us. The way that I was able to beat most people and the way that I was able to become successful is that I just stuck with it long enough for it to actually work for me. Through all of my L's, through all of the problems, through all of the issues, through all of the good ideas and the bad ideas, eventually something had to hit. Eventually I was going to get to the end. Eventually I was going, you know what I'm saying, really, really resonate, and I was going to start to, be successful in whatever business venture or whatever degree program that I was a part of. But very few people are willing to do it. And then that's when you see people start picking the easy basket weaving degrees, because they were there for the wrong reasons, and they're looking for justification as to why they're there in the first place while also trying to have fun. And that ain't gonna work, big dog. That ain't gonna work. Stay down, do what you're supposed to do. I got this stupid thing all over the place. Stay down, do what you're supposed to do, and you're going to love it. You're absolutely going to love it. Spend the first 10 years of your life post high school grinding and hustling so that you can do what you want to do for the rest of your life. Then you can drive in the Porsches. Then you can have as many Rolexes as you want. You're going to be able to quickly pay off your student debt and not be tethered to the government, begging for handouts, begging and still not being able to pay your bills. You ain't going to have to ask for a moratorium. You're going to dedicate yourself. And even when you get into your profession, don't start buying stuff immediately. Pay off the student loans. Get rid of the debt. And then it's going to be up from there. Okay? So hopefully this gives you some insight into how millionaires think, how successful people think. We don't think short term. We're always playing chess, meaning that we're looking at the end game. We're looking at what it's going to look like 25 moves from now. We might have to sacrifice a pawn, a rook, even a bishop, maybe even a queen to be able to get to that bag. Getting all the way to the end. Why is the text? Come on now. I'm talking to my people. Being able to get to the end of the board. All right. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I am on my way into the office, and they say, Anton, why are you going into the office? Well, that's where all of my colleagues and my executives are at. And so I want to be amongst the people that are actually doing the work. And even you, stop trying to work from home and start getting out of the office, because you then can start to build your network. But that's another conversation that we have inside of the Patreon. For my bag chasers that join the Patreon or that are a part of the Patreon, make sure y'all tapping into the Discord, because we have extended conversations in there and everything is awesome and great. All right. So listen, I love you. I appreciate you. Do not run in the Victim Olympics. Life is an endurance race. It's not given to the swift, it's given to he who endureth to the end, all right? I love you. And I'm only telling you this because I love you. If you need to kick it with me personally, email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com, and we're going to get you scheduled for a Zoom call. We're going to get you scheduled for a personal call, something, because you need the encouragement necessary in order to do the thing that's in your best interest. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace.